Yeah, this is Adrian. Okay, once again at Ranco News. It's 4:45 in the morning, and Ranco Negro once again with his stupid, epic, whatever. And I don't know who's on shift right now. Some female, but of course not the mother child. Bad things sleeping probably right now, waiting for a paycheck. So I came to a conclusion, and knowing Ranco Negro, basically I already know why he's doing this and all this stuff. Probably, like I said, and now I know why why he wants to make David and Jeline or the mother of the child the thing, take credit for stuff or whatever for his kids because of Gabby, my niece. So if you know Gabby, Kimberly, she's from Morgan Hill, and probably you know her. So Kim hang around with, or this is hang around BML by Berry Street. Uh, so Kimberly, like I said, basically, okay, so they got separated. Long story short, one time, like I said, that's the only thing you have to give it up to Super Cholo, because he told Sergio Romero to stay away from her. But one time I was in the couch, at the same time I was like watching him because he's a potential 290. So I seen Gaby right there, like I said, they're separated, they had differences, whatever. So I came and, like I said, I sat down on the couch, and because I didn't want to talk to them, and I pretended to be on my phone. So I seen Gabby, she had at work, and it caught my eye. It was Dan Brown, the session point. So I was like, I asked her a question and about the book, and so it just impressed me hands down. And the bad thing was Ranco Negro was there, because I told Ranco Negro, he's like, even though there's a board, even though, like I said, my brother and Kimberly had differences, I told Ranco Negro, was like, hey, you know that guy was really smart, and he was like I said, always putting people down or whatever. But I'm like, and he's like, and basically ignore me. But Gabby, she's like probably like 13 years old, and she's reading a damn brown book. If you know about books, if you know about knowledge and reading, Dan Brown, like I said, I mean, that's my but like, I mean, he's I'm a fan of him. I read all his books, and like I said, I mean, I like Dan Brown. I mean, I read all his books, and like I said, I mean, I like Dan Brown. Oscar Rose thinks that, or I don't know what the hell he thinks, but hey, I have no shame. I love Dan Brown because as an author, not like Oscar thinks, like Eric. As an author, hands down, my respect, because like if you read his books, Angels and Demons. But anyways, back to guys. So she was reading Deception Point, and she was actually, I asked her a couple questions about the book, and like that. So for her age, reading that Dan Brown's book, and so I was like more kind of like, so what other books she's read? So she knows about Tom Clancy, and 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 I was like asking her questions. So she told me, she's like, well, I didn't know that she was reading the book for an hour or so. So she told me, she's like, yeah, that she was tired, but I'm like, what other books? So it really caught my eye. Then I'm like, oh, so you know about Tom Clancy? She's like, yeah, who doesn't? So I was asking, and like I said, she comes from, I guess, well, Kim, and I guess they had differences, and she lives in Vegas right now. So and I'm like, so you know about Tom Clancy? And it kept cutting my eye, and now she kind of seemed like my expression, not like Sergio Romero, or looking at her like that, like impressed, like for her age. At the same time that, like, sadly, I mean, things didn't work out with him and her, or the differences, but it's just the knowledge or the level of skills of reading level, like I said, Dan Brown. and not just that. So I'm like, hey, can I see your? I seen her like she had a notebook. I'm like, what is that? She's like, my drawings. So I'm like, you draw? She's like, yeah. So that's the only thing that Super Cholo, whatever, he gets a little star here. But even though he's not racing her, or even though now he's still cheating with Oscar on child support or whatever, and he got together with, anyways, that's another chapter, because if they keep bothering me, they keep harassing me, so he knows, because I'm tired of his ass, I'm tired of Super Cholo, and because he's with Oscar and Sergio, and so I'm gonna talk more about that later. And like I said, check facts. So then, if you know Cam, like I said, anyway, so Kim, on her own, because Jose's not paying up full child support, he's cheating with Oscar and Eric Crispo. But it's just like, what's it called? I mean, she is raising her right, and my respects to her, because it's just like I said, the knowledge and the mentality at her age, like I said, hands down. And like I said, I mean, that was the way. I mean, like I said, I'm divorced myself too, and that was the ways I was trying to raise my son too. Like I said, Oscar likes to steal this. Like, for example, he said this, but I used to tell my son every day, don't aim at the stars, because everybody's aiming at the stars. Aim at the moon so you can land at the stars. To me, that was my motto to my son, right? And since my son was like 4 years old, I put him, like I said, long story, but I try to put him at the best schools, and sometimes it was kind of funny, because my son, we used to like, people that I know, like Mexican Americans, they used to tell me that my son was like the Dave Chappelle, like, like the you know the okay, Dave Chappelle. Remember like I said, I'm like the Nigga. So my son used to, like I said, my son used to say, he didn't want to go to Walmart because there was a lot of stinky Mexicans. And in a way, like I said, in a way he's right, in a way he's wrong. But the thing is, like, because like I didn't want my son to basically have the same lifestyle. Like I said, I didn't want my son to have a PFN. I want my son to have like a college diploma. So I didn't want my son to have like the same mentality that Ranco Negro has. hmm That's that's what that's gonna what's it called, like, that's how you get a job. That's how you earn money. That's you know giving sexual advances, and that was my thing. It's just like I wanted my son to be somebody, and like I said, so uh I, I went through a lot, so I could put him to like one of the top best schools that Santa Clara County has to offer. And so I mean, I did it. Like I said, I made it. And like I said, as a father, the only thing that, like I said, I'm really proud of is that my son, if he wants to, like I said, I'm not gonna say up to the fifth, but my son is set for life. He gets $1,800 monthly for life. And then you just, like, as a father, I mean, like I said, even though me and my ex-wife had differences or whatever, but now I know Ranco Negro has something to do with it too. But anyways, so I know that my son is set for life. So as a father, I know the money will, like I said, I pray to God that, I mean, to this day, money is not an issue. Even though